Hey guys, Paul here from FamilyWheels.ca. Thanks for tuning in. And today we're doing something a little bit different. We're starting a new feature called the Family Wheels Feature Family. And the whole idea is I'm meeting up with people not to go in a brand new car, but in a car that a family's had for a little while. Find out why they chose that car, what they like about it, things that they miss about maybe their old one, and just get a sense for what works for different families of different sizes, different demographics, different ages, all that kind of stuff. So let's meet up with our first feature family here.
How are you?
Hi, great, how are you?
Good.
My name's Adam Oster, and this is my wife.
Oster-Aldous.
Okay, so we're here today talking about your choice in vehicle. Tell me a little bit about what it is we got behind us here.
Well, thanks, Paul. We bought this Nissan Pathfinder SV model about 6 weeks ago. It's a 2014. Big upgrade for us from our 2008 light blue Sienna. The 2013, I believe, it was a new model year when they switched it out from its previous incarnation. And yeah, it's a really nice upgrade for us.
We'd had a minivan we got a minivan when we had twins, so we all of a sudden had 3 kids, 2 and under. So minivan was perfect because we, had 2 bucket seats, car seats, and we needed something that you could easily get into. And now they've gone a bit older, so this made more sense for us now because they can easily get in and buckle themselves up. So, the easy access the minivans provide wasn't so necessary for us.
Yeah, like the upgrades that we have now are, the kids wouldn't notice them, but they're tech upgrades that are better for us. So there's a bit more torque to it. It's a bit faster. And then from an entertainment perspective, we put an aftermarket DVD in, which hooks up to their headphones via Bluetooth. So they can be completely enthralled in a movie that we don't
have to listen to anymore.
We don't have to hear any of it.
And we can listen to our own thing up front.
Although Shrek is funny, to hear it for the 50th time.
Well, what's interesting is because most people will make the move from an SUV to a minivan. They'll bite the bullet and they'll do it. But you're the exception. And I'm wondering how it feels to go from a minivan back to an SUV.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think you ever loved the minivan.
No,
So
the sliding doors they're hard to malign, other than the fact that they are sliding doors, and there's some mechanical problems that came up with ours, which were easily dealt with. But when you don't need them, you really don't want them anymore, and we don't need them. And it allows you to get a whole different class of vehicle when you don't need sliding doors.
Okay, so what were the top vehicles on your shopping list? Where'd you go when you were looking around at options?
Well, Judy's top vehicle was another Sienna, and then her top 3 were other Siennas. So no, but really we were looking at. Actually, didn't really focus on this one. First, we focused on the 4Runner,
and I didn't want I didn't want an enormous vehicle. I didn't want a big truck, and I think that the 4Runner was that. So. It was a bit of a compromise. We still got a decent sized SUV without getting. This is a bit better on gas.
And Judy, I understand that the new addition to the family, the dog, actually wound up playing a bit of a role in the purchase as well. Why was that?
Well, we have this big dog now. We've just got him just about a month before we got the car, and so we needed. We know he comes with us pretty much everywhere we go. But there's always a nice contained space for him, and he's quite hairy. See, there's room for the dog and the chainsaw.
Oh yeah, you need chainsaw room, absolutely.
you need a chainsaw.
Take that out. Slightly dangerous.
That is a spacious trunk with that 3rd row down.
Well,
That's right.
otherwise it's pretty small. We'll show you. Well, it's pretty small.
The sheen of dog fur on it, but other than that.
Easy peasy.
Yeah, so you can easily fit. So what we do is we typically have, if we're going to go on a long trip, and we don't want them all 3 sitting here, because when they sit together they fight.
Yep.
So we will put half of the back down, so the dog has half the back, and then one of the kids.
So what does it smell like back there anyway?
It smells hot and gross.
Heat has a smell?
Gum.
Disgusting.
Who's got the gum?
Lily has the gum and Saul hates gum. That's our family dynamic.
So let's walk through sort of typical family wheel score sheets here. if you had to score it for driver comfort and drivability, what would you score it out of 5?
5.
Oh yeah, it's great. Very nice to drive and very, very comfortable, for sure.
Yep.
Yep.
One thing about the Pathfinder that's unique and sets it apart from the other SUVs is that you have the choice of being in 2-wheel drive or 4-wheel drive. And obviously 2-wheel drive provides additional fuel consumption benefits. And actually when it's in 2-wheel drive, it apparently has best-in-class fuel consumption.
Second row passenger comfort. What do you think?
I'd say
Probably 5.
maybe a 4. The middle seat in the middle is sometimes, occasionally they complain about it and they want to switch out. If they're all 3 sitting across the middle seat, the person in the middle one, because it's not a regular seat, sometimes complains. So
Gets a bit tight?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. How about third row out of 5? Comfort.
I don't
Seems
know.
good for kids.
I've never sat back there.
Yeah, I'll never be back there.
I'll never be back there.
I think it's probably
it's fine.
satisfactory for kids.
Yeah, like the head, in the minivan, the headrests was really, really low in the third row. It was made for kids. So if you were an adult sitting back at the back of the minivan, it was a nightmare.
You feel you're being punished.
Yeah.
You can still see the movie.
Yeah, that's true.
Still
The
some
DVD's right there. Okay, storage capacity out of 5.
Well, so, I mean, it wouldn't be out of 5 for our needs. It's probably a 3.
Yeah.
But we put a box on, which will mitigate a lot of that. And we have a hitch for bikes, and additional room up top for bikes, which really would never be inside. But I think we're kind of, our ability to store stuff inside will be limited, so we've expanded and now we're outside.
Okay, a 3, however, could anything for you guys as a family with 3 kids be a 5?
Well, no. I mean, we need an enormous car because, in the city, it's fine.
Mm-hmm.
But if we want to leave town, we have so much stuff, right? So 7 bikes and all the gear and the dog. I mean, there's not really many vehicles that would accommodate that. But that's not something we do all the time. So we didn't want to get a vehicle that would be perfect for that, but way too big for the rest of our life. So instead, we got a vehicle that's perfect for most of our life, and that when we want to go on big trips, will be a bit tight.
What about value? What do you think about out of 5 for this vehicle?
Yeah, so I mean the Pathfinder dollar for dollar comes in less than the kind of commensurate model for the Forerunners. This was a good deal, and I think the Pathfinder in general is a good deal. If you're looking at this class of car, and compared to Toyota, to the Acuras, it's a good deal.
So, end of the day, would you, if you could go back 2 months and make the decision again, would you buy this car all over again?
Yeah, I would. Would you?
Oh yeah. Yeah, I mean, I think the only thing I would do differently is I'd probably get different seat covers.
Yeah, maybe. They get dirty quickly. Look, I just vacuumed before you got here.
Oh, you vacuumed just for me?
I vacuumed for you? Well, I figured she was having her first showing.
Cloth is tough.
Cloth is tough.
Yeah, even this, whatever this technical synthetic fabric is, just holds on to stain.
Yeah.
It's gonna blow.
Bomb's going again.
We've never had a keyless car before, too, so we're not sure how to turn that off.
Yeah, it's a bit weird.
I think you have to leave with the key, don't you?
Leave where?
Leave the car.
Oh, maybe, yeah. I don't know.
Throw the key outside.
Still things to figure out.
Yeah.
This has been great, guys. Thank you so much.
Yeah, you're
Thanks, Paul.
welcome.